Yo, what's good YouTube? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. And today we're going to be going over the 7 attachments that you guys could be putting on your Scuf or non-claw control, like a standard controller. Of course, if you play claw, you could also use these. Doesn't matter. I'm talking about like a non-paddles controller. This is a very old controller I don't use anymore. That's why it's kind of dirty. But I just brought it out so I could show you guys. I mainly use this. And I'm going to be showing you guys, majority of them are for a regular, like a Scuf controller, and then a few of them are for this. So it could help for like both kinds of players, because I know there's a lot of people that can't really afford a Scuf, so they play claw or just regular non-claw, non-paddles on this. So I'm going to be showing you guys these attachments on the table, and some that are already on the controller, like the rubber bands on this from a prior video. And yeah, so I'm going to be showing you guys all 7 of them. So starting off with the first one is going to be the famous rubber bands that I invented. Nobody really, I didn't really get that from anyone. It just came to my head like years ago when I used to play like Black Ops 2 on the Xbox. But basically, it's rubber bands. I have a whole video. I'll link it in the description down below. And basically, you're gonna take out like just one rubber band. You could take 2 if you want to make it stronger. But of course, I'd recommend 1 because the second one might like just pop out like out of nowhere. Of course, while doing this, your R1 and L1 are still free. So like they still push down and go up like fully. There's no like stopping or anything. And these have like they stop. So they have tension. So if you push down as hard as you can, it stops it. So it's like a homemade trigger stop for literally a few bucks. So instead of buying a whole Scuf for like trigger stops or whatnot. Now, I know some of you might not feel comfortable with this, so you went ahead and bought yourself a Scuf. So I'm going to move on to the second tip, of course. Again, actually, before we move on, let me just show you guys how to put it on if you guys haven't watched my other video. So let's just take a new one. You're going to, these thick rubber bands, by the way, don't use the thin ones because the thin ones don't really help. They'll just go inside the trigger and then maybe, I don't know, cause damage. So do this at your own risk, of course. So you don't actually damage anything, but it shouldn't do anything. If anything, if it goes down a little, just pull it out and you'll be fine. But again, do not use the thin or small rubber bands because they'll get stuck and they won't even help you. So you want to tighten it up at like the edge over here. Then you want to twist it here at the corner. And then you want to hold it with your thumb over here. Grab it. You might fail, so just careful. Bring it in on the other side like so. And then release down here. So just keep holding down to it. Like that. Of course, like you don't want this to happen, so if that happens, just take it off. Of course, that works. You just want to take it off, maybe redo it. Don't have it like overlapping. Of course, it's gonna have to overlap if you're making like an X mark. So like just it's kind of hard to do on first try. I got to like do it several times, but somewhat like that. Again, this is a problem. Like you see right here, it's too low. And then when I go up, it might fling off. So you just want to be careful, of course. Don't get this in your eye. But yeah, so rubber band trigger stops. So that was the first and most famous one in the video. It has like 600k views itself. But now the second one is going to be for the Scuf controller. And a lot of you don't know this. I figured this out on my own. You're going to need this tool that they give you, by the way. Or you could use your nails, but it's easier with this. Pop out the ring for the left joystick, this. And then normally, let me bring up my other older Scuf. They would give you these regular Scuf sticks that are these kind of height. Really dusty. But anyway, so they would give you these normal sticks, right? And they're good, but for movement, they give you also these like standard PS4 sticks. You could see them on these sticks too. Like they're the normal sticks. The DualShock 4s. So they give you 2 of these with every Scuf as like a courtesy or something. And I ended up trying them just for fun, and it made my movement so much smoother. It has like, this is your looking around. This one is your like moving up, down, left, right. It felt like I do things faster. Like my response time just felt faster because the stick is lower, and it just felt so much better, right? So I took out that one. I got this one, and then obviously you want to line it up. Stuck it inside. Pop this thing on again. And then you have this fully functional. and it clicks L stick faster. So if you edit with L stick, or if you switch mode with L stick on like Fortnite or something, or whatever, it clicks so much faster than a regular Scuf stick. So this one is so good. This attachment right here, I'm sure a lot of you don't know about. If you're using the Scuf, definitely look into using this thing. So that's number 2. Number 3 is also going to, this is for both actually. Like you could put this on this controller and this controller. It's going to be these grips. I think they're Fatal grips, not a sponsorship by the way. But my cousin gave me this. I didn't really buy it, so I'm not exactly sure where it's from. But you could definitely use this. It's like a grip, and it's good for your thumb. You could put it on a stick. So just you want to like bend it outwards, and then put it on top of a stick like so, and then release, and then you got it on the stick. It's gonna look like that. And it doesn't elevate or anything. It's the same height. It's just to feel good. So if your like thumb keeps slipping off or it's not feeling comfortable, put this on. It's really good. It enhances your like grip, and it's really helpful. And it's like cheap. It's like what, like a few bucks too. So all these things are cheap methods of getting a better gaming experience. So that was number 3. Number 4 is going to be the kontrolfreeks. I'm sure a lot of you know what kontrolfreeks are. If you don't, then of course go look them up. But basically the simplest term for them is they like elevate your stick, so it like gives you an extra stick basically above your standard one, and you could like, it gives you better aim basically. You have more like what do you say, like functioning with movement and whatnot, like looking around the area. It's really good for first person shooter and whatnot. So of course they have different ones. I have the Galaxies, I have the Infernos. I choose to use the Infernos. They just have a better feel to it. But if you want these, you could obviously buy them. The Infernos, when you buy them, they come with 2 of the same one, which is the high rise. The Galaxies, when you buy them, they come with 1 high rise and 1 mid rise. The mid rises look like this, and then the low rises would be something similar to this, which is just a grip. So now this is something I'm sure a lot of you don't know about either. If you guys are familiar with kontrolfreeks, let me just hold you right there. So this step is going to be just for kontrolfreeks. I'm going to show this one right after, which is going to be the 6th attachment. Or sorry, wait, so this was 1, and then the rubber ends was 2, and then the grip was 3. So I think I skipped something, right? No, yeah, so this was 3, this is going to be 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, okay, we're on track. We're on track, guys. I was about to say chat. Anyways, so this step is going to be for kontrolfreeks by themselves. We'll talk about that one right after. Basically, if you don't know what these are, you just slap them on a stick. It could be for non-claw, it could be for, standard controller, it could be for a Scuf. And you basically get better movement. You could put it on this kind of controller, and it just enhances your movement. It's really good. I don't recommend it if you play non-claw and you like do this, because every time you want to like lift your thumb off the stick and click X, it's gonna like fling off. You see that, like it goes like this when you try and like let go, and it's gonna mess up your movement. You're gonna have shaky movement. It's really bad. So if you do this a lot, don't do it. Definitely, like if you jump with R stick, I definitely recommend you do it. But if you let go to click X every time, do not do it. So that's that. Of course, I use it on a Scuf. You could slap it on a Scuf stick too, and it's really helpful. So that's number 4. Number 5 is going to be a different kind of kontrolfreek, which is the mid-rise, not the low-rise, the mid-rise. And you want to put this, you could put this on this or this. Now, I physically can't really use this one because, like, the way I play, I hold my controller like this, and I use my thumb on the touchpad. So, like, half of my thumb is on the stick, and then the other half is on touchpad. So I play like this, and then I click touchpad with my thumb to edit. Now, if I were to try and use this, it would be physically impossible to actually try and touch touchpad, because look how high it is. It's really uncomfortable. Like, look how far out my thumb goes now. So I can't use this. If you play the same way I can, if you play the same play style that I play, you can't use this either. But I know not a lot of people play like that. If you guys edit with touchpad, most of you either touch the top of it, or you play claw like this, or claw, or whatever. So if you don't play, like, the only restriction is my play style, which is like this. You can feel free to use this on the left stick, and basically, it, like, aside, of course, if you use this, you won't be able to use this one, so you're going to sacrifice one for the other. But this is supposed to give you a better movement feel on top of the PS4 stick. Now, the PS4 stick is already lower than the Scuf stick, so slapping this on will give you a better movement, because if you put this on top of the regular Scuf stick, like this one, then it's going to be way too high. It's just going to be like a normal controlfreek. So I would definitely recommend using this on a Scuf controller, only if you don't want to put this on, and if you don't play my playstyle. Of course, this is basically equivalent to something like this, but maybe a little bit better. So that's all I say. Now, the next attachment is going to be these. Now, I know a lot of you people do not like these, and I didn't either. I thought they were disgusting, these things. They were ugly as hell. I hated them, but now I love them. At least one of them. You guys could choose to use both, but I only use one of them. So basically, I want to just get the camera focused. So you have L2 and R2. Sorry. L2 and R2. And these are longer versions of the normal triggers, that the caps on the top that they give you. So basically, these are how they look like. Now, of course, these are for Scufs. So the regular PS4 controller does not have these options. But anyways, so these longer versions of the trigger give you like a second out on the trigger, like a bump. So basically, if you have longer fingers, you could touch the back end of it and it'll still like actuate in the game. So now, I just took the caps off anyways to show you guys and demonstrate. So this is L2, which is the only one I use. I do not use anything on the right, and I'll show you guys why. But I use on the left one. You just click it and it's in. And the reason why I use one on the left is because how I play like this, and then on the back, I use this, like the ring finger to click the back paddle, and then the middle finger to click the back paddle on the right. So I play like this, so I click this and this with my index, and then I click this and this for these. Now, when I'm editing and stuff, and like I'm doing a lot in the game, sometimes my finger, the like middle finger on the left would go out, and then I would press down, but there's nothing present here. So like I would be doing this, and then I'm not actually clicking anything, and it would mess me up. So a lot of times I would end up doing this, and there you go. No matter how far, like I'm not going to obviously go that far out where there's nothing, but it really helps if you use 2 fingers on the left. So if you use 2 fingers here, definitely I would recommend using like a extended trigger. But if you use one like so, like for both sides, then don't use it. It's pointless. It's just going to mess you up. So, and if you use both on, like Flea, I know he plays like this on both. So definitely use both of these. So just slap this on the right too. Like that. And then you can play like that. And it's really comfortable, by the way. It feels so smooth when you do it. And I would obviously recommend using the trigger sauce, but that's not an attachment. That's like built in with the Scuf. So obviously when you take it out, just be careful. Don't apply too much force. Still works. And then got that out. Just the camera angle. And then you got that out, and still works. So that was the second to last attachment. Now the final one is not much of an attachment. It's more of a detachment, actually, which I know a lot of you are probably weirded out. When I told my friend Icy about this, he was kind of shocked. Basically, a normal Scuf player would have these caps on with their controller. Me personally, I don't. Why is that? I'm gonna explain to you right now. So basically, these give you like this extra like line at the end. If you guys realize, it's like this, like I don't know, it's just weird. I don't know why that's present. If only it wasn't, then maybe I would have changed my mind. But that was really bothering me. It felt really odd having to click that. So basically, for the right side, of course on the left, I used the elongated one. But for the right side, I took this off. And by the way, when you have this on, it's another layer. So if you realize, without it on, you have like a lower trigger. So you basically get to press faster. That's the main reason why I took it off. So basically, by taking that off, you get to click this faster. I know it has that hole there and it kind of feels weird, but you'll honestly get used to it. You're going to click fast enough. You're not going to feel a thing as long as you just get used to it on the long run. So I took that off, and my trigger clicks so fast now without having that cap on. And it just feels so much better, honestly. Now, of course, on the left, I have the long one because of the way I play. I play with like 2 fingers here. So my controller on the long, wait, is that R2 or... No, it's L2. So my controller normally would look something like so. Like this, like this, like that, like that. This is how I play. Control freek here, PS4 stick here, long trigger here, no cap on this one. And then for the normal controller, I would recommend a control freek on the right. Definitely add rubber bands on the top here and here. It's obviously one rubber band I showed in the beginning video. And if you want to see a full video, it's going to be linked in the description down below. And I would recommend on the left stick, if you don't play my playstyle, you could put that on. Obviously, fix it like that. Use this. It's a mid-rise, not a high-rise. It's just for better, like, smoother movement. And if you just want a better grip feel to your gameplay and whatnot, you could slap this very cheap grip on your stick. You could, like, play with it like that or whatever. So it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't, like, affect your playstyle in any way. So anyways, these are the 6 attachments, and the last 7th one was a detachment, I guess. The things that will help you enhance your gameplay, make your button presses actuate faster, and just overall have a better feel. And if you guys have any questions or any inquiries on any of the attachments, like if you're having any trouble, none of this was a sponsor, by the way. Like, all these stuff were my own honest opinion. None of it was paid for. So, all of it was paid by me, of course, but I didn't get any of them for free. Obviously, these you could buy at anywhere. Everything else you basically got off Amazon, except the Scuf itself. You could buy that on their website. And the control freeks, I guess you could get at GameStop or something. Anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you stuck to the end, then I guess comment down below the word, how about rubber, the word rubber, out of the word rubber band. Or you know what, comment the word rubber band, why not? Just 2 words, there you go. So 2 words, rubber band, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day, and I'll see you. Peace.